Oh, hey guys. So, as you may have heard, the Derek Chauvin trial has been concluded now, and Derek Chauvin has been convicted of basically everything. So, after less than a day of deliberation, jurors find Derek Chauvin guilty of charges over George Floyd's death. The jury returned guilty verdict of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and manslaughter. The former police officer was filmed kneeling on Floyd for over 9 minutes during his arrest last May. The video footage led to protests in the US and around the world over police's use of force. So I've got a lot of mixed feelings about this, and not necessarily this trial, but just American justice in general. So on the one hand, I really wouldn't want to be a cop in America. It's a pretty thankless job. Community relations are absolutely terrible. I do look at policing in Europe and other countries, and it is so much different from policing in America. Like, you look at Canada or, the UK or, basically anywhere else. The police are kind of polite, and I don't know, they don't cause people to panic, and I think this is one of the problems in America, is the police are sort of really aggressive, and they'll sort of charge at people and they'll surprise them, and this is obviously because anyone could kind of pull out a gun and whatnot and start firing. So like I say, it's a really difficult problem because I wouldn't want to be a cop, but I also probably wouldn't want to be living in a poor neighborhood and, a black man in the United States. Here's the thing, if a community doesn't trust the police and something bad happens, who are you going to call? Again, I don't know what the solution is. People talk about community policing. Perhaps that isn't a bad idea, if there were private police forces in certain areas which were still funded by the government, the local authority, but they were literally made up of community members. I don't know if that would be a better system or not, but it's something that America could look into, perhaps. And I'm not really talking about vigilantes here. They would have to still follow the same rules as other police forces, but I don't know, perhaps if there were a lot more police stations and they sort of policed a small geographical area, and there was some rule that, I don't know, maybe 50% of the local police forces would have to be made up of local people who sort of lived in that area. And that's not to blame the police, but I think something needs to be done because it really seems like law and order is sort of breaking down, but perhaps this trial might be sort of a turning point. I mean, there is a small part of me that fears that the jury may have been influenced by what's going on outside. They would have known that there might have been a lot of protests, a lot of riots, perhaps properties burnt down if they'd have acquitted. Still, I have faith in the justice system. It seems to work pretty well, and obviously none of us were in the courtroom. I mean, we've all seen the footage of what happened to George Floyd, and it was obviously horrific, and it's a horrific thing to happen to anyone. Anyway, thoughts and prayers with the family, and I hope that they can have a little bit of comfort. I actually saw George Floyd's sister interviewed, and I thought she was incredibly brave. Anyway, guys, I'll speak to you soon, and those are just my 2 cents on the topic. Please like and subscribe, etc. It really does make a difference, and good night.
A first step. There are 24 demands, and we still here.
I'll come back to that in a moment. I've seen you here from the beginning. I've been here. You're in tears right now. Why is that?
Because God did it. And when you trust in God and believe in God, He don't fail you. And He did not fail us. He told me that a man laid his life down, sacrifice for a change. And God did that. He did that. I knew he was going to be charged. I told him. God told me don't waste that trial not one day. If I waste it, it was going to be a difference. And I told the people I would not waste the trial. because God told me that he was going to do it.